New York City can celebrate now because the New York Knicks are NBA champions. They can cry tears of joy now that they have ended their long 53-year championship drought. And it is over. The New York Knicks can celebrate. Welcome back to the Good Sports Podcast. I am your host, Brady Masters, and the New York Knicks, tell you what, they trailed in every game of this NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs and won this series 4-1. They won in 5 games. And I tell you what, it wasn't easy against this young San Antonio Spurs team that had an average age of 25 years old. And the turning point of this series would be the New York Knicks in Game 4 trailing the Spurs in Game 4 when they were down 27 points at halftime. It looked like that this game was going to be over with, but there were some people who watched this game, didn't have a lot to watch. A lot of San Antonio Spurs plays, good plays that were being made, and not a lot of good plays being made for the New York Knicks. And if you would have said that this game was over with at 27 points and you turn your TV off, well, you missed an amazing comeback by this New York Knicks team. As I mentioned, they were down 27 points at halftime and 29 points in the third quarter. But the Knicks go on a 10-0 run to start the second half, and all of a sudden they've got belief and confidence now. And San Antonio's like, oh boy, the Knicks are coming back. I was like, oh, but we're okay. We're good. We know how to win. We have a double-digit lead. They still can't come back. Well, then the fourth quarter comes around. Here come the Knicks. They're down 15 points. And then that's when the turning point of this series came to fruition. As Jalen Brunson was double-teamed, he put a shot up. And because of that double team, that left OG Anunoby open for the tip-in. That put the New York Knicks ahead for the first time in that game. They led with 1 second remaining on the clock, and the Knicks came from behind to knock off the Spurs in Game 4, 107-106, in one of the greatest comebacks in NBA Finals history, and also in sports history as well. Now, does it top the Patriots coming from behind 28-3 against the Atlanta Falcons in that Super Bowl? You would say it's pretty close. It's up there. And then Game 5 comes around. The San Antonio Spurs are playing for their season, and they come out there in the Knicks trail. They get behind again, and so San Antonio, they're like, hey, we're up at home. We're up big time, and we should be able to get a win, force the series back to New York, and live to fight another day. And like I said in that Game 4, or the Knicks trailed by 15 points entering the fourth quarter. And they trailed by 15 points in the fourth quarter in this closeout Game 5. But I tell you what, this Knicks team has been resilient all season long. They have been resilient in the postseason, and in the regular season, they continue to collectively come together as fighters. And when you throw a punch at them, they're going to punch right back. And that's what they did in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, to come from 15 points down on the road as the visitors and come away to win 94-90 in San Antonio, Texas, knock off the Spurs to win the NBA championship, their first in 53 long seasons. Wow, it was just incredible to watch. Amazing basketball that I saw out there on the floor. Now, I will also tell you that it was a team effort, a big team effort. I mean, OG Anunoby had that big tip in Game 4, but he also played some big-time defense. Karl Anthony Towns did a great job defending Victor Wembanyama and not giving up. He made some big plays. I talk about Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges, a couple players who played for Villanova. They made some big-time shots and made some big-time plays. Landry Shamet, he's usually coming off the bench. He impacted the game big time as well. But the guy I got to talk about is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson looked like he single-handedly, as he did, led New York back into the game. He poured in 45 points in that Game 5 to lead New York out of that double-digit deficit to win the NBA championship. And yeah, you could say you look at the box score and it was 45 points for Jalen Brunson. Like, where's everybody else at? Well, you got to think about it too. There are other plays that need to be made, and the other guys set Jalen Brunson up, and they set each other up, and they produced in a big way. And Jalen Brunson forever is going to be the king of New York. I mean, he's going to be. I mean, this guy has battled injuries like lots of other players have, and the Mavericks traded him, and after coming from Villanova out of college, and then he's got himself an NBA championship, and he gets to celebrate it with his dad. That's pretty cool when you get to celebrate an accomplishment like that with your loved ones who care about you and who have been through the ups and downs of your life, been through it all. It was just amazing just to see him and his dad, Rick Brunson, just together, sharing that same moment with each other. That was pretty cool to watch. But yeah, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, all those guys contributed to helping New York win this championship. And Landry Shamet, Jose Alvarado, who came in earlier in the series when Jalen Brunson wasn't 100%. He was a little banged up, but Alvarado was that Energizer bunny that just kept going and going and going. And it was just huge. Huge for this basketball team, and just good for them. Good for the New York Knicks to come away with the victory, the championship victory. And the fan base for New York is going to be celebrating that for a long, long time, and the players as well. But we've got to get to what Mike Brown did for the New York Knicks, the head coach. I told you that he is a good leader, that he is patient with his players, but also he is in the present moment with them, and he has a smile on his face. And not many coaches do I see that has a smiling face, you know, when being with his players. And yeah, just he wasn't all that hard on his players. Yeah, he was at times, but he wasn't all that dictator about it. You know, he wasn't saying, oh, you got to do this. Hey, you got to do this, do that, do this, do that. And yelling in a defiant way. But no, he was the exact opposite of that. He was loving, he was caring, and he was patient with his players. If there was a play that didn't develop like the way he wanted it to, he went back and made sure that the players understood what he was talking about and the plays that he wanted them to run. Not just in the game, but in practice as well, and that's what it'll get you. He is a former assistant coach. He was with the Warriors, and this was his first season as the New York Knicks coach, and he was one of the reasons why the New York Knicks won the championship. And he got himself a championship ring as well in his first season. Now, that's very, very impressive. It's hard to do, but it's not impossible to do. And it's because of his leadership that helped New York get over their championship drought. So, Mike Brown, I'll tell you what, he's got to be proud of what he has done for this culture, the players that he is around, he's coaching, and he is the definition of a championship head coach. No doubt in my mind that he is a championship head coach with the type of leadership and the patience and everything that he has done in his career and that he's learned over the years. Boy, it's coming into shape now. And if the New York Knicks can keep everybody, keep all their players, maybe add some, and keep Mike Brown, the New York Knicks, I think, are going to be one of the favorites to win next year's NBA title. Because this culture has belief, this fan base has belief that they haven't had in quite some time. They're no longer going to be at the bottom of the NBA. They're going to be remembered for a long, long time. And watch out for the rest of the NBA, because the New York Knicks, yes, they're happy with the championship, but they're going to continue to be a thorn on the sides of the rest of the NBA landscape. Coming up next on the Good Sports Podcast, I'm going to talk about the World Cup and get into the Spain-Cape Verde game. And it was a very, very surprising result. You're watching the Good Sports Podcast with Brady Masters, and we will return after this.